Can you repeat, please?
I'm saying that you are a very intelligent man.
I'm aware. Yeah.
You are someone who is really, really clear about what you see as the current scenario of things. Being able to gauge that and being able to identify where there is a lack or a gap in being able to help this world execute what is required to make progress in those areas that are going to be of most importance to humanity and for its greatest good, which can be achieved. You can actually see that and provide solution to integrate what is important, you know, whether it's spirituality, whether it's technology, whether it's politics, you know, and be able to have a narrative that needs to be spoken about now to impact the minds of everyone who's curious. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, but you were saying something else earlier. I want you to say that you were saying.
I was saying that you are like a channel through which there is such powerful clarity and insight that needs to be
something at the level of emotion. That part I wanted to talk about. You were just saying something recently.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was kind of like addressing how I feel that what I'm saying, you've got a rhythm which is negative about it, or maybe not the rhythm that you are on. So you were kind of discarding that. And I was trying to tell you that it's not that. I am talking from a fresh reference, which is where I feel that you need to be unaffected by things in the moment so that the other person doesn't feel that you are, not taking it well. That's what I told you. But you said that my assessing that of you not taking it well or slandering something or rejecting something in the moment is not you being affected by it emotionally, but it's actually you objectively using your intelligence and calling out that this is wrong or this is not going to work. And that's a matter of your IQ and not what I'm assessing as EQ. Yeah, that's a brilliant answer that you gave me.
Thanks for appreciating. Thanks for setting aside your ego and really appreciating, really responding to what I said the way one should have done. Sans ego. That's the big hurdle.
Yeah.
That is taking away from India the possibility of what I can do for it. Precisely the example. That's why I switched on the camera. So finally, at least it gets captured.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is just what...
It shut you up and it altered the course of what you were going to say.
Yes, because for a moment, I thought that if this guy is able to understand...
That's why I interact and I say, I have understood everything that you're going to say.
But I'll tell you, yeah.
So often I do that because it's true.
I agree, though I don't like it from conduct.
Nobody likes it. Nobody likes that.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
If you
Then
the moment, it's about the moment of
but
revelation of truth. That should become the center.
But I feel that there is such a honest intention of only delivering the truth in that moment, which is actually the right occasion and
that's why
timing.
The other word for intelligence is spontaneity. Yet another word is purity.
Yeah.
That's why nobody should question logic in intelligence. It's the purest form. I'm going to alter the way you think, don't talk to me any further. I can read it, that you are going to be altered to now see truth. Don't go into that domain. I'm warning you, because your ego will be gone.
Can I tell you that yes. I do believe that I have that.
What?
Ability.
Which ability?
To see what is what.
Good.
And I have only worked on this for years and years through prayer and surrender. That not my vision, not my views, feelings, emotions, not my will. That should not be. but it comes from an emotional space. Yours comes from a space of, intelligence and seeking the truth. From a more, what I'm trying to say? Mine is EQ, and yours is IQ.
Another word for what I'm narrating in my loftiest form, the word EQ does not exist for the wisest men. Only IQ exists. Because they can fragment even that. That's how spontaneous the slate has become by virtue of being so pure and clean.
That is, there is not a, I feel that there's no doubt in that. You are by far some of the most clear, such a strong orator you are. Your ideas and thoughts are so clear in your head, crystal clarity you have inside. That is how you're able to deliver that with such precision, which is just, actually you're right sometimes, and I don't like to admit, but it's as if what you said is that, it's not a dialogue sometimes.
Always, actually, if I'm given that space, if I'm given that space of where people come in surrender to me, yes, it is 100% that. It is that I am such a being that is designed to conduct debates, that is saying, bring any question, keep bringing, consume me, eat me, finish me. I don't need sleep, but engage, fellas. If you can't, then follow my command. I will bring the result regardless.
Well, I can tell you something. Also, one quality that tells me all about you. Though I do. I should just. Is that I think that you have like one of the strongest traits that a man should possess, which is like you're very brave, very bold, like your insights are so strong, and like I feel this guy is like a force. That is true. That's very attractive to see when you are in the format of a man only, but even though you're all of these things which are such an expansive realm that can't be actually done justice to in anyone's articulation. It's just in its existence to see and experience that is important. Do you agree? Yeah. Anyway, so in that sense, I feel that you are very brave, and that is one of the strongest qualities that men today don't have. 90% of the men are...
There's a beautiful quote says, courage is rarer than genius.
Yes, so true. I do feel that. And I feel like I understand a little bit about courage, is why I can see that you possess that quality. Because the things that I have also practiced become like that filter for me to see that truth in someone else. How would you know something about what you don't know anything about? Or how would your opinion on that count? But if you feel that you have that, then you can at least identify. I see that in you. I find that is a quality a lot of men should possess today, which isn't there. Men are just become so afraid of making themselves a success work-wise or shouldering the responsibility of being that leader of the society. It might be his smallest unit of his family, or it could be him leading a team at work. But he has to be in a position of leadership to influence, to take charge in his own area of, being planted where they're at.
And then yet there is another leap, something, for the lack of better words, called the dimension, where there is no existing wave to latch on. There is no existing flow. The comfort of the structure then that's the leap. Then there's something new that has happened. Then this person holds the audacity to say, just like he says that no matter how many more beautiful paintings you make, if your canvas is not changing, then you are dogmatic for me, far more than creative. Such an audacious man then further goes to say, I just had this visualization of
What?
I was like, yeah, I can keep talking. And then suddenly I wanted to say that at this point, just the way I could remember, God, suddenly, there are words and then there is space between words. And so far, I was more aware of the words. Suddenly, I became aware of the space.
Gaps, yeah.
Of the space. And I said, I want to not say what I was saying, but maybe if I want to say something, then I want to speak about that the God that I'm talking about is this. So, what am I saying? That there are words and there is space. This is a complete deviation from what I was speaking prior, because this is more important than any oratory.
Yeah.
So
this is the highest truth.
Yeah, the word and the space, and the word and the space, and the word and the space. Without this space, this will be noise. There will be no meaning if they were not these two opposite. The whole world, the whole understanding of life can be reduced to polarity.
Yeah.
Hence, feminine and masculine.
Yes.
But it is all the matter of polarity. And then the polarity is matter or world or humans, the flawed and the God.
Yeah, even I have.
So what is it? What is that? That is God. Without any science or any philosophy or any religion or any story of anything, if the world is ready to shed everything, in this moment I can say that the life is a matter of movement and non-movement. Movement of what? Movement of mind. Call it cosmic mind, call it your mind, whatever, I don't care. It is the movement of the mind or not. When not, it will move because you need two opposites, like I said initially, polarity. Word, space, without space, there's no meaning to word. Without non-movement, there's no meaning to movement.
Like how death makes life more valuable.
Yeah, but death is permanent, it's a state. What is to be understood after understanding what I'm expressing is the final understanding of death. That it is a permanent space upon which is a fluctuation. So there is death and there is life. Why is deathness and not lifeness?
Yeah.
Deathness is because it is singular. Lifeness is because it now has a polarity called movement. So there is only two. There are no big words like God or science or physics, atom, nothing. It's mind. The eyes of the baby open and he observes. The observer is God. Observes, wants to know, because of the limitation of the frame which is going to be able to capture what it is going to know about this object, not the atoms, not beyond the atoms. But all of this can be reduced to the sharp, intelligent, that is intelligence. All of this could be reduced to movement of the mind and non-movement of the mind, the state before the movement. The movement and non-movement, if this can be understood, what then Nishchal makes one understand this? You are saying the whole truth about life, the reality of existence, the greatest topic in religion to spirituality to science, something common. It doesn't use words like consciousness or Bhagwan. Such simple line. The quest is reality of existence. And I'm saying movement and non-movement. Chal and Nishchal. बस यही है. अब वो बोलेंगे यार ये तो बहुत सिंपल कर दिया तुमने कहा मन है उसमें कुछ चाल हुई उसमें ड्रामा दिखने लग गया मन को जैसे स्वप्न में दिखता है. लेकिन इतने एवोल्यूशन के कारण से हमने ऐसी इंद्रियां उत्पन्न कर ली कि हम उसको पूरा एंटरटेनमेंट की तरह जी पाए। ये फाइनल था कि जियो खुल के, एंटरटेन करो अपने आप को, दिन भर एंटरटेन करो, देता ही रहेगा भगवान, खुश रहो, संपूर्ण महसूस करो। एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए मन ने अपने आप को कहा कि स्वप्न को असली मान लेते हैं, ये स्वप्न असली मान लेते हैं और यही स्थिति में हम हैं। पर ये चाल है और निश्चल है, यही स्थिति थी कि एक था जो नहीं है और एक है, इसी को जीवन है में जीवन का दर्शन कहा जा सकता है। पर वो पात्रता कैसे आई, पूछा निश्चल, पात्रता कैसे है कि तुम कह रहे हो कि यार हटाओ सारा मिस्टिसिज्म यार, हटाओ सारी कहानी, सीधे मुद्दे पे आते हैं। मुद्दा है चल और निश्चल, बस यही है एंड नहीं है, शून्य या एक, बस यही मुद्दा है। इसी को समझ, तो बहुत साधारण बात कह रहे हो और कह रहे हो कि बच्चे को देखो, बस ऑब्जर्व करो बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, पैदा होते ही ऑब्जर्व करो इस शुद्धता से, तो पाओगे कि बस वो कह रहे हैं कि यार कुछ हुआ, आंख खुली, आंख बंद थी तो पता ही नहीं था कुछ है भी, आंख खुली तो कुछ अनुभव हुआ भौतिक, तो कह रहे ये क्या है, यही थी वो चाल।
Questioning that, like a question in your mind. Observation.
Not even questioning something so independent of any qualities, just observation.
Okay.
And in this observation, it wants to also know who am I. ये तो ठीक है, मैं कौन हूँ, पर उसका जो डायरेक्शन है वो उस ऑब्जेक्ट पे है, मेरी गाड़ी, मेरी डिग्री, मेरी फैमिली, मेरी क्लोथिंग, तो वो उससे आइडेंटिफाई करते करते इंटेलिजेंस में घुसते घुसते फ्रैगमेंट करते करते वहाँ तक पहुँच गया कि ओ असली क्वेश्चन आइडेंटिटी का है इस बात पे कि जो ऑब्जर्वर है वो कौन है, वही मैं हूँ। तो सवाल ये नहीं था कि ये मैं जो दिख रहा हूँ ये मैं हूँ।
करेक्ट।
तो चल और निश्चल में मैं पूरी कहानी समझा सकता हूँ लोगों को, बिल्कुल सारा दौड़ खत्म हो जाएगी दुनिया में। कहेंगे यार ये कैसे हो सकता है, इस आदमी ने तो सारी ऐसी रोशनी फेंक दी कि सब समाप्त कर दिया इसने एक ही बार में।
So what are you saying, that the observer who's observing the child, and you actually realize that you're looking at that child and thinking that is your life, but that is not it. You only are the observer.
Because you are in a body which can only
perceive and create
20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. बस अब क्या, इसके आगे कोई समझ ही नहीं सकता बात क्या है। उसके लिए
like
उस शून्यता।
my other definition of this is that our five senses are, just taking in data and transferring that into electromagnetic waves, and the brain is just processing that.
इन सारी भाषाओं के बिना पूरी जीवन समझ सकते हैं, चल और निश्चल में पूरी, मतलब सब कहानी समाप्त, सारी खोज खत्म लोगों की। कहें क्या ड्रामे में लगे हो तो अब खुल के जीते हैं, लेकिन कोई मानेगा नहीं, ऐसा युग है, कोई मानेगा नहीं, बात इतनी सुंदर है।
I remember what you said.
हाँ,
we were discussing the other day that you have to know, the only way that you can speak about something so simply is when you know enough about it.
Yeah.
And this for me reminded me that this is like that in action.
Yes.
This is like that in existence.
Yes. हर आदमी मुझे मिलते कहता हाँ मैं भी ये जानता था, मैंने यही माना था, मैं भी समझ पा रहा हूँ ये सब।
I feel that
कह रहा हूँ कहो ना फिर उस साधारणता से जैसे मैं कह जाता हूँ।
I feel that you can be that voice. You are that messenger to give that message.
Yes. I wish the world could know that I feel nothing but such stillness and numbness. Only when I'm speaking I am moving. Otherwise, I'm touching that numbness of the Nishchal that I'm talking about. And hence courage. And hence the loftiness of the position of the messenger of God. The real one. Like everyone said, some were frauds, some were real. How do you know? You have to observe. Only then you can know. So people will decide. But where is this coming from? Even courage. The moment I answer that for people, the burden of even courage will go from their life. That's the kind of light I am. There is nothing like courage. If anything, then there is surrender.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful line.
Yeah.
So see, I will throw such light that people's drama will finish only, yeah. You see what I'm saying?
You know what you just said, I can't even tell you. Like, you know, when you are trying to control your life and you're going through struggles or adversity or things are not falling in place for you, you're actually, it's hard for you to step out of your comfort zone and take charge of things and really put your energies into doing your best on a daily basis and executing tasks after tasks, and diligently you are in that, committed to that space to, you know, deliver whatever is required at every level of your life. Not easy. But I realized that you need courage to do.
Yeah.
But when I realized that despite doing so much, it still may not add up to what you need. And then I started to try surrender, and I had a realization. And I understood that I am absolutely nothing to, you know, influence anything. Absolutely not. And because that is true, you just have to give your all. You have to just place it at His direction, His will, timing, whatever. You are no one to direct anything, but just pray for that wisdom to see what that is unfolding in front. That's what I pray for. Wisdom and God's grace.
Can't even pray. मतलब कुछ भी एक्शन नहीं बचता है. You are like, क्या बहुत अद्भुत समुद्र है, हम फ्लोट कर रहे हैं बस. कुछ नहीं हो सकता. नदी भी पार नहीं होती प्रे करके. उसमें भी तैरना पड़ता है. बहुत कुछ दिखने लग जाता है लाइफ के बारे में, you know.
Yeah, but prayer, you know, I'll tell you.
मैं समझ रहा हूँ, भाव दशा में सब समझ रहा हूँ.
I'll tell you.
उनकी गुडनेस में तुम्हारे बोलने से पहले ही मैं बता रहा हूँ कि मैं समझ रहा हूँ तुम कहाँ ले जाना चाह रही हो.
क्या?
कि प्रेयर और वो जो बहाव है वो सबका एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रोल है. मैं उसको बहुत साधारणता से और बहुत रोशनी के साथ व्यक्त कर सकता हूँ कि वो जो है वो सही है, वो होना चाहिए, बट उसका क्या रोल है वो और उसके आगे की दशा, मैं दोनों बात व्यक्त कर सकता हूँ.
Yes. So what you are saying in chronology of prayer and then something after that, yeah, I do agree to that. But what I'm trying to say is also not conventional prayer, which means
I get it.
Just
gratitude,
reciting
maybe. You're
something.
closer to gratitude.
No, not even closer to gratitude. It is being aligned with that what you are feeling spiritually.
Right. So spontaneity, moment of now.
No. The truth.
Yeah, that's true.
Not moment of now.
Yes.
The truth, what you believe.
Yes, sure.
Is that you are nothing.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't, because you are nothing.
Yeah, this is good enough. Then
that being courageous is not required, which you've been for so long.
Yes.
So you're giving up that
yes.
tool of trying to be courageous.
Yes.
And you're saying that doesn't work.
Yes.
This is required.
Yes.
And you make that chunav. You make that.
Yes.
You know, and embrace that.
Yes, that's.
But
prayer.
that is not just a shallow embracing and thinking that you understand that.
I have a better word for it. And prayerfulness.
Yes.
Not prayer. Prayerfulness.
And yes. But actually identifying that is something to be delivered in your being, in the actions that you are and the scenarios that you are tied into.
Yes.
Because if you're not going to deliver that,
yes,
and be the embodiment of that, then there is no truth in what you believe, and then there is no.
Yes.
And when you do that,
yes,
and you surrender is actually doing that. And as you do that, I feel like there is like you're ushered into another space. You're like, literally there's movement in your life and you are, you know, transcended forward. You know, like we're all on that trail, seeking that light, and we are in our own way walking and inching closer. Some are who are conscious.
Yes.
And some may not be as much.
Yes.
So time is not the only measure. It really is about someone who is trying to walk an inward journey, and that begins with reflection, and that is over time one needs to grow that and keep continuing to walk on that path of self-reflection.
Or if you were Nishchal, then you have said that's just one of the ways, slower one. The second way is the real Guru. Have that companionship of truth delivered by the real Guru. And then, yeah, come, no problem. So, yeah, what time is your sister coming out?
Okay, I need to check that.
Okay.
But I think
So, yeah, put yourself at ease. Find out whatever
is
you
there a
need to.
tag on it?
Yes. Just a small one. Look, right look. Oh, my paratha is left. I'll have that.